Good morning, children. Welcome to my class. So, in class 4A, we are going to do lesson 10, the power of forgiveness. So, let us start this lesson. This is lesson 10, the power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. Now, what does attribute mean? It is a quality or a character. Okay, so forgiveness is the quality of the strong. It shows that you are a very strong person. If you have the quality of forgiving others, if you can forgive others, what does it tell about you? That you are a very strong person. You have the quality, you have that quality in yourself. Okay? Why we are reading this lesson, the power of forgiveness? You please see here. Because you see, forgive others often, never yourself. Here we are going to learn all these things. Okay, forgive others often, never yourself. You should forgive others. Excusing someone of an offense, God forgive our sins. Excusing someone of an offense. If anybody does a wrong thing, you should excuse that person, means you should forgive that person. For God forgive our sins, whatever sins we do. Whom do we ask? When we do any such thing, what we should not do, we ask for forgiveness. To whom we ask for forgiveness? We ask forgiveness to God. We ask God to forgive our sins, isn't it? Whatever we have done, we ask Him to forgive our sins. Okay, so let us start this lesson. It is about two best friends. Okay, two best friends were playing on the seaside. Where were they playing? They were playing on the seaside. Their names were Abhi and Yash. What were their names? Abhi and Yash. They were making sand castle. Now, what is a sand castle? That is a model of a castle built out of sand. Children usually play on the sea beach. You will see they make houses, palaces of sand. Okay, and typically these sand castles, they are made by children. Okay, while doing so, they quarreled on something. You know, small children, they quarrel among themselves. On this, Abhi slapped hard on Yash's cheek. What Abhi did? He slapped on Yash's cheek. Okay? Yash felt very bad. Oh, surely if you slap your friend will surely feel bad, and wrote there on sand. So what he wrote on the sand? Today my friend had hit me. He wrote that my friend had hit me. Hit me means that he slapped, isn't it? Abhi slapped Yash. Okay, so he wrote there. Who wrote? Yash wrote. Today my friend had hit me. Without telling anything, moved forward to play in the sea water. Then he went to play in the sea water, because see, they were playing on the seaside. They were playing. So now he did not tell anyone. He went to play there in the sea water. He moved little deep in the sea while playing, and was not able to manage himself. So while playing, what happened? He moved little deep. Okay, and see, because he was a small child, he could not manage himself. He slowly started drowning. What happened? He was actually, what is the meaning of drowning? Die through submersion, in and inhalation of water. So slowly he started drowning. Okay, he was going deep in the water. He shouted for help, because at that time he was actually inhaling water. So, and he was shouting, please help me, please help me. On hearing this, Abhi went to save his friend without caring for his own life. Okay? So now you see what happened on hearing this. Abhi heard his friend Yash was shouting for help, please help me. He was shouting. Abhi went to save his friend without caring for his own life. He ran to help his friend and succeeded in saving his friend's life. And he succeeded. He saved his friend's life. Okay, so what, why did he go? Why did Abhi go? So he had the desire to save his friend. His aim was to save his friend's life. Okay, and he succeeded. Okay, when Abhi recovered, there he wrote on near stone, today my best friend saved my life. When he recovered means, when Abhi recovered means when he returned to a normal state of health. Okay, like when he was, because he was drowning, that time he became sick, isn't it? Now his friend helped him. Okay, so who helped him? Abhi helped him. He took him out of the water, so he returned to his normal state of health, mind or strength, you can say. Okay, and he wrote on near stone. What he wrote? That today my best friend saved my life. He wrote on the stone. Abhi asked Yash, when I hit you, you wrote on sand, and when I saved you, you wrote on stone. Why? See, Abhi asked Yash that when I slapped you, when I hit you, you wrote on sand, and when I saved you from drowning, you wrote on stone. Why? Yash replied, when you hit me, I wrote on sand so that it gets washed away with water. What did Yash reply? That when you hit me, when you slapped me, I wrote on sand so that it gets washed away with water. Water will come and it will wash away the whatever I wrote on the sand. And same way from my mind, and it should go away from my mind also. It should wash away from my mind also. I don't want to hold any grudge against you. What is the meaning of grudge? Okay, a persistent feeling of ill will means something bad. Okay, all right. That his friend hit him, his friend insulted him, his friend injured him. He did not want to remember all these things. Okay, he wanted that everything should be washed away from his mind, like it was washed away in the, like whatever he wrote, it was washed away with the water, isn't it? He wrote on the sand, everything was washed away with water. So in the same way, he wanted that everything should be washed away from his mind. Okay, but when you did something good for me, see, when Abhi saved Yash, so he did a good thing for him, isn't it? Okay, I engrave it on a big stone. All right, he engraved it, he wrote it on a big stone so that it can never get erased by water or wind, and so from my mind. And so, why he wrote on the stone? He engraved there so that it should be never, it should never be erased. It should not be rubbed away, isn't it? It should not be rubbed or scrape out from his mind. Okay. So here we are reading a very, you can say, a very nice story. We are reading about two friends. Okay, now you see here, forgiveness means to forget someone's bad deed or mistake. What does forgiveness means? To forget someone's bad deed or mistake, whatever he has done. Isn't it? What is a deed? It is an action that is performed intentionally or consciously. Okay, so what does forgiveness means? It means to forget someone's bad deed or mistake, whatever you have done, and don't punish him or her on that bad deed or mistake. And we should not punish him for whatever he has done or on bad behavior. Whatever he has done, okay, we should forgive that person. Sometimes a person performs such act which is damaging for us, hurt us, or anyone does such mistake which makes our life or a part of life tough. See, when a person is doing such a thing, who is hurting us, who is damaging us in some or the other way, okay, and in such a way, when a person is doing such thing, so what happens to our life? Okay, it becomes very tough. Sometimes it becomes very miserable, it becomes very tough, we cannot face it. But then also we should forgive that person. Why? We are going to learn here. And when we react in response to that act or mistake, it can cause damage on both sides. And if suppose a person is doing something bad to us, if we in return, if we also do something bad, what is going to happen? It can cause damage on both sides, isn't it? For example, we fight or try to take revenge, which means we do the same bad deed which the other did. If a person is doing something wrong, we should also not do the same thing. Then what will be the difference between that person and us, isn't it? So, if we want to do something, we should forgive that person, okay? There will be no difference between that person and us. If we do the same thing, there will be no difference. Secondly, if we forgive someone, then we are at a higher place. And if we See, forgiveness, what is forgiveness? We have learned that forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. It is the quality of the strong. And if we are strong enough, then only we can forgive. And if we forgive someone, then we are at a higher place. There will be damage to our self respect. Instead, we become more respectable. There will be damage to our self respect, isn't it? We are forgiving, but instead, we become more respectable. But you see, we are going to become more and more respectable. We are going to become if we have that quality, if we have that character of forgiving others. When we avoid forgiveness, a feeling to take revenge again always resides in our heart, which can cause frustration, and as a result, we may damage our personality. Isn't it? You see here, when we avoid forgiveness, when we don't want to forgive others, avoid means when we don't want to do something, when we want to avoid that, okay, that means when we want to, if we avoid forgiveness, if we don't want to forgive someone, a feeling to take revenge, that what is actually revenge? The action of hurting or harming someone in return. Okay, if that person is causing you, is hurting you or harming you, you also want to hurt that person, you also want to harm that person. Okay, that is revenge. So our revenge will be always inside us, will reside within us, within our mind, within our body, within our heart, which can cause frustration. What is frustration? The feeling of being upset or annoyed, isn't it? It is that you are always annoyed, you are frustrated, and as a result, we may damage our personality. So, whom we are going to damage? We are going to damage ourselves, our personality, our own self. But if you forgive someone on his bad deeds, but if someone is doing anything bad, and if you are forgiving that person, we feel light. We feel light from inside our heart. We feel light. Our heart and mind become relaxed. So you'll see, we will get, you will see inside, we will feel happy, will become relaxed. And it has a great impact on our personality. And as a person, we can change. It has a, what is the meaning of impact? Impact means the action of one object coming forcibly into contact with another. Isn't it? So, what will be the impact on us? Impact on our personality. What will be the action? If we forgive others, we'll feel good, we'll feel happy. Okay? If we think on national and international level, forgiveness and revenge play a very important role in the development of the world. So, if we think on a national level, if we think an international level, okay, if you think now, let us take national and international level. So here you see forgiveness and revenge. You know what is forgiveness? You know what is revenge? Okay, just now I said what is revenge? The action of hurting or harming someone. Okay, so both forgiveness and revenge, they play a very important role in the development of the world, in the development of the whole world. By looking in the past, much warfare was happened as a result of some kind of revenge which caused the death and decline of many nations. So here we are talking about our national, means about our country, and of different countries of the world. On the international level also we are talking. So if we look in the past, if we go back to the past, much warfare, there were so many wars, isn't it? Why those wars were there? Warfare, why those warfare, you can say they were there, why those things happened? They happened because as a result of some kind of revenge. They wanted to take revenge, they were upset, they were annoyed with the countries. One country was annoyed with the other country, so they wanted to take revenge. Okay, and in that war, what happened? So many death, people died, so many deaths were there, isn't it? And decline of so many nations, so many countries were declined. They are no more, they became smaller, fewer or less, they decreased. Some countries were totally eradicated, isn't it? They are no more. So it is the need of time to create a sense of forgiveness in ourselves. So now the time has come that we should create a sense of forgiveness in ourselves, that we should always forgive others. We teach our children. What do we teach our children? That we should forgive others. When you are small, now you are small, your parents, your teachers, always they say you that please forgive others. It's a very good quality. Okay. Otherwise, many lives can be victim of our so-called ego and revenge. So, if we don't forgive others, if we always think that, oh, what that other person has done, he has caused, he has harmed us, he has hurt us, we are also going to do the same thing in return. Okay, actually, what is the meaning of victim? Victim means a person harmed, injured, or killed as a result of a crime, accident, or any other event or action. Okay, so what happens? Otherwise, many lives can be the victim of our so called ego and revenge. So, what is ego? Also a person's sense of self-esteem or self-importance. If that self-esteem or self-importance is hurt, people will try to take revenge, isn't it? But here what we are learning that we are learning about forgiveness. Here we are not learning about ego or revenge, isn't it? We have to take revenge whenever our ego is hurt. No. If our ego is hurt, during that time also, we have to forgive. We should have that power to forgive others. We should have that quality. We should have that character to forgive others. Okay, then only we'll be real persons, isn't it? Our country will change. Everybody's mentality is going to change. Okay, so what is the moral of this story? The part of forgiveness. We should forgive rather than to hold grudge against anyone. We should not be angry against anyone. We should not have any bad feelings against anyone. We should forgive others. Okay, forgiveness is the best revenge. When you have the quality to forgive others, when you have that within yourself, yes, I am going to forgive that person. Whatever wrong he has done, but I am going to forgive him. That will be the best revenge and you will be the winner. Who forgives, that person is always the winner. Okay, and God is always with that person who forgives. God is also, and God is always with that person. Okay, students, we have completed we have completed this lesson. Please go through this lesson. Thank you.